I'm going to invite Kay up. As Jo said, we're doing our lockdown stories, and part of this is to, it's to help us connect with one another, and because we're locked down, sometimes we're so far apart and we don't get to actually see or hear what goes on in people's life and the effects of COVID on people's lives when they're having to isolate and they can't see their families. So I think Kay's got something good to share with us today of telling her story. So Kay, what was lockdown like for you?
I've done it with two things. Things that I enjoyed and things I found really difficult. And the things I really enjoyed was spending more time at home with Martin. Actually, I don't spend a lot of time with Martin because I'm always out doing stuff. But actually being forced to stay at home was an absolute joy. And we went out in the garden an awful lot more because it was beautiful weather, wasn't it? March and April and May was absolutely gorgeous. And a lovely friend sent us plants. It just arrived. A whole load of plants for Martin to pot up his pots, which was really lovely. Random acts of kindness from our neighbours was just incredible. We had a lovely neighbour with two young boys, and she always gets a delivery from Asda, and she used to do some of my shopping for me until we got sorted out, and Annie Hortop would pop by and get anything I needed in Sainsbury's. And actually going out on a Thursday night and doing the clap, and you realise, you know, that brings the community together. I really quite miss that, actually. And actually, as it went on through the weeks, more and more people would come out, and then the cars would become more evident, and they'd come down honking their horns. And actually, we discovered a woodland not far from us, and realised through, I think, your John, that it was an ancient woodland just behind Morrison's. And hearing the bird song. Do you remember how loud the birds were singing in the spring? It was just, and that was a lovely part of lockdown, actually, to hear things like that. What I found really difficult is not seeing family. And actually, I came and spoke to Fiona about, I hadn't seen my family since January after I had my knee done. And I found that really difficult to cope with. And dear Fiona suggested that I try and make a plan and to see them some way or other. And we had a FaceTime together. And this time last week I was up in Reading, and we'd driven 200 miles just for 4 hours to be with Neil and Claire and Ellie and Rose. And it was wonderful. And we did hug. I have to say, we did hug. And it was so special. And it's enabled me now to sort of like think, yeah, I can do this. You know, just a short time of being together. One of the things that I've really found difficult is not hugging people. And there are people here today that I haven't seen since the beginning of the year. And I would just love to give them all a hug, but you can't, and it's so difficult. And actually, the day we said goodbye to Mo Porter, and loads of people came and flooded Mutley Plain. It was a sea of purple. And it was so evident that Mo was so loved by so many people, but you couldn't give them a hug. It's not the same thing. But, you know, God is in it, isn't he? Wherever we are and how difficult we are. And I found Psalm 91, and I'm not going to be able to remember it now. But the words from the Bible have been so important and so valuable in this time. So we're gradually getting there, and a few of us have been meeting up for coffee. And tomorrow, Live Wires are meeting downstairs. First time, so if things are gradually getting back to normal, and we just got to hang in there, guys. Okay.
And these guys that do the ladies' Bible study, do you talk every week? Or
Yeah, we meet up in the Discovery Centre,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
lovely, and that's a really safe place to be. And there's been about 6 of us. I know you're not allowed to have more than 6, but that's been very special. So
it's finding ways, isn't it?
it is finding ways to be together, and you know, it's still sunny, and it's mid-October.
You can meet outside, yeah.
Okay, thank you.